Welcome back to my morning report. Charles Appraisals on Monday, the 25th of April with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Tech Markets. Let's look at cable, and are we seeing a sterling rally in the process? It really is straining to break out. We actually saw an intraday move above the resistance today. 44.73 was the high. That was above this candle here, 44.58. That's the late March candle. Now that is really beginning to sort of put pressure on the upside. 45.15 was the March high, and that is sort of beginning to sort of put paid or break down these lower highs, this sequence of lower highs. Now this could ultimately just be a range play, sort of 40.50 up towards 45.15. You could see that as a range play. And it could just be that this is a consolidation pattern. And looking at the RSI, you'd still say, well, you're below 60 and you're above 40. So that's fairly indicative, I think, of a medium-term range play. MACD lines around the neutral point, stochastics up towards, getting towards overbought, starting to possibly roll over. So, I mean, you could argue that this is still playing out the characteristics of a range play. But if you start to see the RSI above 60, if you start to see certainly the I would say a close above 44.60 and then a move above, obviously above 45.15, that would be your breakout point, and that would mean that you'd sort of target, well, 450, 460 ticks of further gains. But there would still be that resistance at 46.70, but the outlook would be certainly beginning to change, I think, in that environment. So the sterling chart is beginning to put pressure on the old sequence of lower highs, and it seems to be that the bulls are sort of starting to sort of come out a little bit, and certainly the comments from Obama and Hillary Clinton at the weekend have done no harm at all for sterling, but it just needs to make that break, and it is straining, it is trying to do it, but I think RSI above 60 would be a helpful trigger. Here we go on the hourly chart. You can see more positively configured chart. You're sort of moving above the resistance. The resistance coming at 40.40 on Thursday, broke above that, just come back into it, but you're now sort of beginning to try and build support again around that sort of 44 figure mark. You've got a bit of a near-term sort of pivot from Friday around 43.65, and then obviously 43 figure is around about where we get this sort of the key near-term support coming in. But it certainly looks as though the outlook is still improving. Momentum indicators just taken a near-term correction, but certainly more positively configured. And you'd be sort of looking out on a near-term basis as using sort of dips as a buying opportunity. But the medium-term outlook still continues to remain underneath that resistance, but will it make the breakout this week? Lots going on this week. Central bank meetings, certainly for the Fed, and all the continued Brexit talk will continue to mean this chart is volatile. But for now, the outlook is beginning to just slightly improve, but can it make the breakout that would sustain that improvement? So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you later.